What's going on, everyone? So, Luka Doncic is officially a Los Angeles Laker. Lakers made the announcement, made it official. They also have Maxi Kleber and Markieff Morris, but Kleber's out for the rest of the season, and then Markieff Morris, we'll see what happens. He's sizable forward. He was on the Lakers when we won the championship in 2020. Didn't get much run in Dallas, but Lakers, they need some bodies. He's a veteran guy. Come in, play a role, play a part. I don't hate it. I don't hate the acquisition. Kleber could be very helpful if he was healthy. Maybe he could get right come playoff time. He could be a piece that makes some sense for the Lakers. Be a real rotational asset for them. But regardless, right? At the end of the day, it boils down to Luka. What Luka can provide, what can he bring, right? He's supposed to be the future, right? He is the franchise now. This is it. This is the guy. There's a lot of questions, as much as we all love Anthony Davis, a lot of questions of, is Anthony Davis the guy that's going to lead the charge post-LeBron? And also, depending on how long LeBron plays, right, like there's a possibility that Anthony Davis might just be too old to lead the charge. Lakers just literally reset the franchise. And we're going to have three generational talents back to back to back to back. We went from Kobe to LeBron to, Luka. And before that, you had Magic and all, but you had like that little period, a couple, was like 3 years, 4 years, whatever. It's like, and then even after Kobe, like there was like that 2 year period and then LeBron, right? Like, no, we're going straight from LeBron to Luka. Like there's not even going to be a hiatus, right? The big question, however, though, is Luka going to stick around, right? I've seen a lot of people, not really Laker fans, just people that seem upset Luka's a Laker, but it is a genuine question. Like, what happens if Luka leaves? What happens if Luka doesn't sign the extension? Luka wanted to be a Mav. He didn't want to be a Laker. I don't know where people got that from. He is a Laker. He's happy to be a Laker. He said he wants to win championships with the Lakers. Now, could that just be his, due diligence? Could that just him be, the PC answer, right? Just need to just make sure that, I don't ruffle any feathers type answer. Sure. But realistically, I mean, I would imagine the Lakers did their due diligence. I would imagine the Lakers had a conversation and figured out like, hey, we want you around. And look, chances are I would be genuinely surprised if he leaves LA for this contract, right? Obviously, if Lakers don't do what they're supposed to do and handle business and put a real contender around Luka, then yes, I could see him leaving at some point down the road. But he knows the deal, Lakers know the deal, and we got reports that say that everyone knows the deal and that Luka is going to stick around and Luka is expected to sign that extension. He's expected to sign a new contract. So here is that report, and it's from Hollinger. The five-time All-NBA guard seems likely to sign an extension with Los Angeles that includes a player option for the 2028-2029 season. Once the 2028 offseason rolls around, he will have accrued 10 years of service time in the league, which will entitle him to a sign-up for to 35% of the cap. So basically, the plan is that Luka would sign through 2028 with the Lakers, which is why I said he'll sign this new extension. And then he'll have the option to get out in 2028. And one, that gives him, control. It gives him the ability to kind of like dictate the roster and be like, hey, hey, if you don't get your stuff together by then, if we're not winning championships by 2028, then so essentially he'll probably have be here at least another 3 years minimum, right? But then from there, like states, he would have his tenure, be 10 years in the league, and then he'd be able to qualify for just a larger sum, especially since he is getting just absolutely he is. It's ridiculous, right? Like, the Dallas Mavericks screwed him, and they screwed him bad. Sorry, I was going to say a different word, a more naughty word, but I try to keep this as family-friendly as possible, plus YouTube. But yeah, so I mean, they really, bamboozled him. Because I mean, he's missing out. I think it was like 115 million total that he would have gotten, like when all is said and done. That now he's not going to get by going to Lakers, which is good for the Lakers for the next few years, right? Because now they're not going to have to pay him, 70 plus million right now. They will at some point, but not right now at least, right? So gives them time to kind of put together that championship team, that championship contender. We'll see how long LeBron sticks around, but they got to get trades done, right? Obviously, LeBron and Luka, can they coexist? Can they operate? Can they work? Is that a duo that is good enough to compete and win NBA championships? I don't know. We're going to find out, right? We're going to find out in the next year or two. Also, how long will LeBron be around for? But once LeBron leaves, you'll be able to get another star, right? There's several stars in 2026 that are available. There's actually a couple guys next season even, too. But more likely, you're probably looking at like the 2026 range. If LeBron leaves, or if he takes, a discount, kind of, does whatever you have to do to get guys. Point is that Lakers are going to be set. You're the Los Angeles Lakers to begin with, which I've always maintained, trust the brand, right? I've talked about it before, right? When I've talked about, F them picks and all that stuff, like, trust the brand. Stars are going to come, right? Like, people are like, oh, no one wants to play with LeBron. No one wants to be the third option. Like, what young star is like, ooh, I can go to the Lakers and be the third guy behind Luka and LeBron, right? Like, not or before, I guess it would be Anthony Davis, right? Like, how many stars, or like, I'm talking like top tier stars, like a guy like Devin Booker. He's like, okay, I'm like the second guy, right? Me and KD, right? Do I really want to go to a team like the Lakers and be the third guy behind LeBron and AD, right? Like, just using Devin Booker as an example, right? So you trust that another star will come, but for right now, you got to get the complementary pieces. They got to get a center. Jackson Hayes isn't going to cut it, right? I've talked about it a million times. Jackson Hayes in limited doses is fine. Jackson Hayes having to be your primary center is probably not a good sign of success. Now, Luka has made guys look great, right? Luka's made guys that shouldn't have looked great look great. But still, like, if you're serious, you got to get an upgrade. Nick Claxton is a name that keeps getting floated around. Depending on when you're watching this, might have already happened. But nonetheless, whatever ends up happening, Lakers got to get a center. Then from there, I still think that they need another point of attack guy. You do have Jared Vanderbilt. You do have Dorian Finney-Smith, which goes a long way. I would bring Austin Reeves off the bench as your sixth man. That's me personally. I don't like the idea of Reeves and Luka starting. I think that is a total disaster. I think you're getting torched defensively. So I think if it's me, you trust that Luka and LeBron can generate enough offense, right? They're going to be able to get you, 60 points a game, right? They can get you going, particularly offensively. And then you just go like Luka, Jared Vanderbilt, Dorian Finney-Smith, LeBron, and then whatever, Claxton or Turner or whomever, right? I'd probably rather go that approach unless you can get a legit two-way guy, right? Then, start that guy. But nonetheless, I don't see Luka going anywhere. I think Luka's here for the long haul, as he wanted to with the Mavs, right? Like, these foreign players, like, they don't really want to move around, right? Like, even Giannis, he's probably the closest that's like, flirted with the idea. But guys like Jokic, like, these guys, they're faithful, they're loyal, they want to stay where they want to go. They don't want to move all over the place. They don't want to have to go from city to city, Like, he's had roots established. He was good. He was ready in Dallas. And now he's got to do the same thing in LA. You think 3 years from now the guy wants to pack up and leave? Probably not, right? Like, but you also have to do your job as an organization, right? Because he is a competitor. He wants to win. He wants to win championships and multiple championships. If you're not holding up your end, then yeah, right? Like, he's not going to stick around. Just stick around. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. That's a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Think You excited Luka is expected to sign the extension? Do you think like, nah, like, we all saw that coming? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.